Hey everyone, welcome back to another episode of The Green Thread. I'm Angelo.
And I'm Nia. We're so glad you're joining us today.
Nia, I've been pondering something lately. Have you ever thought about how important dead trees are in a forest?
You mean snags? Oh, absolutely. They're like the hidden superheroes of the ecosystem.
Right? It's amazing how something that looks lifeless can actually be teeming with activity.
Exactly. Most people pass by a dead tree without realizing it's a bustling habitat.
Totally. Just last weekend, I was hiking and saw a snag crawling with insects.
Uh-huh.
And then a woodpecker flew in and started tapping away.
Oh, that's awesome.
It was incredible. It really hit me how interconnected everything is.
For sure. And it's not just birds. Bats, squirrels, even fungi rely on snags.
No way. Fungi too?
Yep, they help break down the wood, returning nutrients to the soil.
Oh, wow. So snags are like nature's recycling centers.
Exactly. They play a huge role in nutrient cycling and carbon storage.
Tell me more about the carbon aspect.
Well, as snags decompose, they slowly release carbon, which helps mitigate climate change.
Right, right. So they're helping us fight climate change too. Oh.
Absolutely. It's a win-win for the environment.
But here's the thing. I feel like managed forests often lack enough snags because of logging practices.
You're not wrong. Many timber operations remove dead trees without realizing their ecological value.
Yeah, it's such a shame. Have you read Jim Rivers' research from Oregon State University?
I have. His work on creating artificial snags is fascinating.
Especially the chainsaw topping method with over a 90% success rate in creating immediate habitats.
That's impressive. But what do you think about mechanical wounding and fungal inoculation?
I mean, they're effective, but take longer to see results.
True, but by using different methods, we can provide habitats continuously over time.
Ah, I see what you mean.
It's like planning for both the present and the future.
Exactly. A staggered approach benefits more species over time.
That makes sense. But do you think it's practical on a large scale?
It might require more effort, but the long-term benefits could be huge.
I don't know. The industry might push back due to added costs.
Perhaps, but if we can show them the long-term gains, they might reconsider. And I personally believe that is what we are going to do.
Such as?
Well, healthier forests are more resilient to pests and diseases, which can save money in the long run.
Oh, that makes sense.
Plus, consumers are increasingly demanding sustainable practices.
Right, market pressure could drive change.
Exactly. It's in the industry's best interest to adapt.
But back to Rivers' research. Don't you think chainsaw topping is a bit of a quick fix?
It addresses immediate habitat needs, but we need long-term solutions too.
Agreed. We can't just focus on the short term.
That's why combining different methods is so important.
It's like creating layers of habitats over time.
Precisely. It supports a wider range of species.
You know, sometimes I feel we're just scratching the surface of understanding these ecosystems.
Tell me about it. There's so much complexity out there.
By the way, did you hear about that community project in Washington State?
No, what's happening there?
Volunteers are creating snags in managed forests using various techniques.
Oh, wow.
It's becoming a model for community collaboration and conservation.
That's fantastic.
It shows how public involvement can make a real difference.
Absolutely. It doesn't always have to be costly or complicated.
True. Simple actions can have significant impacts.
Do you think this model can be replicated elsewhere?
I don't see why not. If communities are willing to get involved, anything's possible.
Public engagement is so important.
Couldn't agree more. Education plays a big role too.
For sure. People need to understand why snags matter.
Exactly. Once you realize how much life a dead tree supports, you start to see forests differently.
Right.
So how do we spread the word?
Well, podcasts like this are a start.
Very true.
Also, integrating environmental education into schools could make a big difference.
Yes, teaching kids early on about ecology is crucial.
It really is. They're the future stewards of our planet.
Sometimes I worry we're not moving fast enough.
I hear you. Change can be slow, but every effort counts.
You're right. Small steps can lead to big changes.
Hey, remember when we visited that old growth forest last year?
Oh my gosh, yes. Those massive snags were like natural skyscrapers.
Exactly. It felt like stepping into another world.
Totally. And do you recall that enormous owl we spotted?
How could I forget? It was like a scene from a fairy tale.
Moments like that remind me why we do what we do.
They really do. It's so inspiring.
Do you think we can restore managed forests to that level of biodiversity?
Maybe not entirely, but we can certainly aim high.
With commitment and the right practices, who knows what's possible?
Agreed. It's all about taking that first step.
Speaking of which, have you thought about starting a community snag project here?
Actually, I have. I've been talking to some local groups.
That's awesome. Count me in.
Great. The more the merrier.
I think our listeners might want to get involved too.
Good point. If you're listening and interested, reach out to your local conservation organizations.
Absolutely. There's power in community action.
You know what they say, many hands make light work.
Aha, so true.
Well, it's been a fantastic discussion today.
Agreed. Always love our chats.
Same here.
Thanks for tuning in to The Green Thread, everyone.
Until next time, stay curious and stay connected to nature.
Bye for now.